This is a tutorial on how to get started with completing the textbook project. Now, you have a lot of different links here in Moodle, but the one that you really need to click on is the one that says SAM Textbook Project. And then, for this first one, it's the Word Module 1 project, but you will, as you go through the course, you'll have like Module 1, Module 2, etc. So go ahead and click on this. And it takes a minute to come up sometimes. All right. And now Cengage automatically gives you 3 attempts to complete this project. So if you submit it the first time, it's sort of like that first project that we did that was just where you typed hello. You have 3 attempts. So if something happens, you don't get a good grade on the first attempt, you can submit it, 2 and 3 times to get the grade that you want. Just look at that graded summary report at the end. Now, if you need additional attempts past 3, if you will just let me know, I can give those to you. All right, go ahead and click on your start button. All right, now this part looks very similar to that first project that we did. There's just one little change. All right, go ahead and download the start file and download the support file. You can click the download all button if you want to. And then save those. All right, it should download both of those. So you got the picture this time, and then you've got a new Word document. So you go ahead and open that Word document. You don't have to open the picture. And it will be a blank document. All right. And then you can go back to your browser, and then you'll see it says launch project instructions. So go ahead and click on that. And what that is going to do is it will open a new window that basically it brings you up to the book. All right. And you will be following along in the book to complete this project. All right. So go ahead and split your screen like we talked about earlier. All right. So I will move my start file over to the right side, and then I'll move my instructions over to the left side so I can have both of those up at the same time. All right. And then what we'll do is scroll down through this project. All right. You don't necessarily have to read word for word here. You can if you want to, but you don't necessarily have to. But definitely scan down through it because there are instructions embedded throughout. Now, figure 1.1 here has a final product of what your flyer is supposed to look like. All right. So be sure when you get finished that it looks identical to this flyer. All right, now each one of your projects are going to have an image up at the front that sort of shows what it needs to look like when you get done. All right, so go ahead and click your over button right here. All right, now keep on going, click on your over buttons. Now this page right here, you'll see one of these on each one of the start files, or excuse me, the getting started when you start up the textbook. But it will say like to start a blank Word document or Excel file or something like that. Now, because we have a start file over here, you do not have to do that step. That's probably the only step in the whole project that you do not have to do. So just keep that in mind. So like it will tell you to click on the start button in the Windows taskbar, click on Word, open a blank new Word document. You don't have to do any of that for this project or any of your other projects because you've got that start file here. So just go ahead and click your over arrow. All right. And we'll scroll on through just to be sure we don't have any instructions. I don't see anything here. So go ahead and click your over arrow. All right. Now is where we will start having some instructions. So you'll see basically everything that you need to do will have a number 1 or be numbered. So it says click view on the ribbon to display the view tab. All right, so we'll click on our view tab here. And then it says verify that the print layout button is selected. All right. And it's going to tell you what it's under. So we've got view tab, views groups. That's under our views here. Print layout is selected. So we're good on that. All right, verify that the zoom level is 100%. We're good. That's at the bottom right of your screen. And verify that the ruler checkbox is not selected. Now, this is something that's just a little bit different, I personally believe, than what your book has. So your book is telling you to be sure that the ruler is not selected. I personally think the ruler is very helpful. So I'm going to tell you to leave that ruler checked. All right, so that's under the show group here, and it says ruler, and I have mine checked. So be sure that yours is checked. All right, I think that will help you out a lot. All right, and go ahead and click your over button. It's next asking you to adjust the margin. So it says click layout on the ribbon to display the layout tab. So we'll click on layout. And then it says click the margins button under the layout tab page setup group. All right, so we're under the layout tab, and each one of these is referred to a group. So notice we have the page setup group here, and all these items are under that group. Then we've got the paragraph group, the arrange group. So when it refers to a group, you'll know what it's looking for. So we're clicking on the margins button. And now let's see what it's next. It says click narrow in the margins gallery to change the margins to the specified settings. So we're on normal right now. We'll change it to narrow. All right. And then click your over button. And it says we'll enter the text in the document next. So go ahead and click your over button here. All right, and here it has to type text, and we have a number 1, so we know this is something we need to do. It says type wash your hands as the headline. All right, so I'll type in wash your hands with an exclamation point. And be sure that you have that exclamation point in there, because if you do not, it will count it wrong. And if you have even something like a period or a comma or something else in there, it will also count it wrong. So be sure it matches identical. And you've got a little screenshot here that shows what it's supposed to look like, so you can tell that it looks like it matches. All right, and then it says press enter to move the insertion point to the beginning of the next line. So we'll go ahead and push the enter button and then go over to the next page. All right. Now, I'm going to stop here and let you continue. All right. I hope this was helpful for you to get started. So continue to go on through everything that has a number you will complete. All right. And then keep using those arrow buttons. If you need to stop the project at some point in time and come back to it, note where you are. So like right now, we're on WD 1-5B. All right. If you click on this little button right here, you can come back. This has the contents of all the steps that you have to do for the projects. So we were on 1-5B. That was to change the zoom to page width. So if we want to click on that, it brings us right back to where we were. So it's an easy, quick way. If you want to stop the project at some point in time and come back and work on it later, just document where you stopped, and that will let you get back to where you need to be. All right. If you have any questions, please let me know. Once again, I am here to help you. I wish you the best of luck. These projects are really good for learning how to use the different functions of Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access. All right. But at any time, if you have any questions or need help, please reach out to me and let me know.